O ni Mbappe la kare. O vampere ko team ami. Eh. Na watu mai. Ine mulete team kapa ine. Eh.
When you out there without care, I was out of tone. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just know too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope that you're having the time of your life. Think twice. That's my only advice. Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. You think you're in control? I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart, lose their lives out on the land. And all I remember is think I want to be like them. Oh, yeah. Ever since I was little, ever since
Come in.
I was little, it looks like and it's not coincidence I go. And I could die when I'm done. Maybe I'm crazy.
Hey everybody, I'm trying to suss out my connection here. Tell me if I'm loud and clear. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to spend a few moments with me here on SML TV. The key is to maintain eye contact with the lens and with you. Tell me if I'm loud and clear, guys, so that we can get the show on the road, and then we can sort of move in that direction. What I need to hear you say is, Vamwe, you are loud and clear. I'm over here at 8585 Simoson Building on the corner of Simon and Lucia here in the big LSK, the Central Business District of Lusaka, Zambia. Loud and clear, somebody says. Thank you so much. Loud and clear. We're getting you loud and clear. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Precious people. A few shout outs to you before we begin. Thank you so much. Loud and clear. Watching from Simoson Building. We got a few business owners here who watch the show, and I'm always so grateful for that. There's so many that watch and they support. Sam from downstairs, they own a little restaurant downstairs. They sell the best smoked chicken you've ever had in your life. Sam and his brother Mike, if you're watching, love you guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Before I do the little thing, I have to mention, I was watching a promo on Facebook last night. Apparently, they're doing a season 2. I didn't know this. They're doing a season 2 of that television show, I think it's called Royal Clicks. You know, the one that has a bomb what's her name? Bombshell, the voice Bombshell. I call her the voice because she has such a velvet voice. Bombshell, she's on there. Ivanka Bianca is in there. Um, Mercy is in there. Other socialites are in there. And apparently they're doing a season two, which I was completely unaware of. I remember Ivanka Bianca complaining about having been bumped from the show. That's what my recollection tells me. And so I was surprised to hear that they're doing a season two. And the addition to the show that for some reason didn't surprise me was Prophetess Naisi. Well, I call her Lady Naisi. I avoid calling her prophetess. I do, because I prefer to call her Lady Naisi. And I must tell you, remember when I had that issue with the Kades? And I was very distraught about that, very disturbed, because I got to a place where I started becoming physically exhausted with dealing with Kades, having dealt with them for about 15, 17 years, close to 20 years, to be very frank with you. And I was surprised. I received a telephone call from Lady Naisi. She phoned me, and she was very encouraging to me, and she was very kind, and she spoke very cordially to me. And she just said, "Look, I just wanted to call you just to check up on you and to see if you're okay." And she said, "Look, we're praying for you, and you're going to be fine." So I appreciated that. I did. So I was very surprised. Sorry, I wasn't surprised. Let's just put it that way, to see Lady Naisi on this show called Royal Clicks. For some reason, she seems to be a perfect fit amongst those divas. Tell me, and I know that sounds like a low key diss, but it's the truth. When I saw her in her regalia, because Lady Naisi is about the look. Lady Naisi she's popping every time she's on television or Facebook or taking photographs. She's popping. I mean, she's crack-a-lacking. She's making it pop every single second. And what I mean by that is that she's a very glamorous woman. So when I saw her on the promo for season 2 of Royal Click, for some reason I thought, this she's right at home with these divas. I think it's a perfect blend. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I'm gonna highlight one of your comments here. Tell me if you agree with me. Amongst those what? The divas. Those divas, those chicks are packed. When I was a kid, we used to call them chicks. I don't know what they call them now, but I think they call them, don't you call them divas now? When I was growing up, you said the chicks were packed. These chicks are packed, and Lady Naisi just seems to be a perfect fit. Slaying is her calling. Listen, that's not too far from the truth right there. She's a slayer, boy. I tell you what, when Lady Naisi shows up, everything stops. Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a very interesting show. I really do. Lastly, I wanted to mention, earlier today, not today, a few minutes ago, there's a lady here. Her name is Vascola. We call her Vascola. She's been working here for 25 years. She thinks she's like my mother. She takes care of me, and she's always feeding me. And, so I asked her a few minutes ago, could you please bring me a cup of tea? So when she did, as I looked at her, she brought it to me. It reminded me of, when Chilifyata Ali is doing his, and this is the only thing I like about him. I don't like anything about Chilifyata Ali except this one thing. Okay, and I'm gonna share this with you. When he's ranting, whenever he's on camera and he's blabbling, okay, and he's ranting, he's going nuts. The moment Kia walks in, have you noticed the way he looks at her? He pauses, listens to what she's saying, and then he'll talk to her. But what I love is the way he just totally laser focuses on her. I love that. I do. I love that. And that's probably Tayali's only redeeming quality is Kia and Saga. Everything else is gone to pot, in my view. That's just my view. Again, I know that sounds like a low-key diss, not really, but you get the point. All right, guys. Do any of you feel that way about him when he's doing his thing? Do you ever feel that? Because that's the only redeeming quality, I think. Somebody says, "Go Diggers, go Diggers, indeed." All right. Oh, I think you meant gold diggers. Are they really? Are those chicks gold diggers? No, I don't believe that for one moment. All right, let's get into it, guys. In the news recently, Chief Justice, and here it is. I'll throw it up here so that you know what we're talking about. Here, let me edit this so that it just pops up as a banner. Chief Justice Malila's comment on gay rights confused the public, and his comments did. Now, for those of you that do not know, Mr. Mumba Malila, Chief Justice Malila, not Malila, Malila. Well, Chief Justice Malila made a very controversial statement last week, Friday. He was a guest at UNZA and he was giving a lecture. And at that lecture, he said it's absolutely wrong to discriminate against gay people because they are human beings. When that statement was issued and there's a backlash, okay, there's a bit of pushback against this statement, he very quickly said, well, if you're gay, the law will deal with you. Now, let's be clear. We are a nation that doesn't embrace the gay lifestyle. We don't. We do not embrace an alternative lifestyle, not only by law, but by our culture doesn't embrace that. Now, we know there are gay people amongst us. We see them. They are gay by lifestyle, not by declaration. What that means is they don't say that they're gay. Every gay person you speak to denies that they're gay. If you speak to them publicly, they will deny, oh, I'm not gay, I've got a girlfriend. There's a very famous, somebody very famous not too long ago said, oh, no, I'm not gay, I've got a girlfriend. And the reason why that is because they recognize and they understand that currently this country does not embrace an alternative lifestyle. Therefore, we have laws against that. And because we have laws against that, we have a society that's basically homophobic. Okay? Now, the word homophobic in America is a cuss word. Okay? In America, when you say homophobic, oh my goodness, you're not going to believe this. Okay? Some of you may not understand the evolution of the gay culture in America. There was a time it was very unpopular, uncommon, anti-Christian in America to call yourself gay. That's the reason there were closeted gay people. A closeted gay person is a person that is gay, they're secretly gay, but they act like they're heterosexuals. A heterosexual is someone that, a man that's attracted to a woman or a woman that's attracted to a man. A homosexual, the word homo comes from the word same. A homosexual is someone that is attracted to the same sex. For instance, a man attracted to a man and a woman attracted to another woman. Those are called homosexuals. There was a time in America when it wasn't kosher to be gay, And then there was this revolution, this coming out revolution. Diana Ross sang a song called, I think it was titled I'm Coming Out. It was just a song, but then the gay community latched onto that song because, the lyrics were, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Remember the song by Diana Ross? You know, the lady that was the very famous Diana Ross. Well, when she came out with that song, years later, the gay community used that song as a clarion call to declare not only their independence, but to declare their identity. Gay people in America said, you know what? I'm gay and I should be able to say that I'm gay. Okay. The gay people in America said that they were gay and that they should be recognized and they shouldn't be faulted for saying that they're gay and being gay. And one of the most famous cases in America was Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres now is a heroine, but there was a time when she first came out, you know, when she was becoming famous, she was sort of, people thought that she was heterosexual, but meaning that, you know, she's a woman that liked men. When she came out as a gay person, it affected her career adversely, negatively. There was a lot of backlash. She lost her job. Horrible things happened to her. Today, things are different in America. Today, America is such a gay society. It's unbelievable. Thanks to Barack Hussein Obama. Okay, I love Barack, but that's one thing I just never did like about Barack, is that Barack opened the door to this idea that this idea lent itself to this thing now called transgender and now children in America. Children. I mean, there's that famous case of what's her name? The South African actress. What's her name? Tell me, the white South African actress. She's very famous. She's an actress. She's a Hollywood actress, but she's from South Africa. I forget her name. Tell me her name in the comments. Her name is at the tip of my tongue, but I forget. Tell me, if you tell me her name, Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron. Some people say Theron, but her name is Theron. Charlize Theron has a very famous case where her child, a little child, says to Charlize, the mother, says, "You know what, Mom? I don't think I'm a girl. I think I'm a boy." And Charlize Theron says, "Well, you know what, honey? If that's how you feel, then that's who you are." Ridiculous. I mean, that's the type of society those people live in. How do you allow a child to tell you, a parent, "Oh, I don't feel like a girl anymore," or "I don't feel like a boy anymore"? And then you lend credence, you sort of verify or support that notion by saying to the child, "Well, honey, is that how you feel? Well, if that's how you feel, then that's just how you feel." Ridiculous. Train a child in the way that they should go. Don't dance to the tune of those children. Children don't even know who the hell they are. So how in the world are they going to wake up one morning and start telling you as a parent who they are? They can't even pay their own bills, can't even drive themselves to school, can't wear their slacks one foot after the other. And then they're going to turn around and tell you, "Mama, Daddy, I don't think I'm a girl. I don't think I'm a boy." Ridiculous, nonsense, bull roar, hogwash, doesn't make any sense. But that's the type of society that America lives in. Now, in America, the word homophobic or homophobia is a very bad word. You can get in trouble for being homophobic. You know, the word homophobia or being homophobic means showing a dislike for gay people. Now, this is what a homophobe is, or this is what it means to be homophobic. When you know that someone's gay, you're gay. Just that. In America, to do that, when you flinch, someone in America can report you to the police for being homophobic. Guess what? You get arrested. You do. And yet it wasn't that way 50 years ago, 80 years ago. It wasn't that way, you know. In Zambia now, we are a homophobic society, meaning we don't embrace the gay lifestyle. The typical Zambian doesn't say, "Oh, you're gay? Wonderful." No. The typical Zambian says, "You're gay? You need help. You need to talk to somebody. Something's going on. There's a lot going on there." Why? Because that's the society we live in. Those are our norms. That is our culture. And we should not be faulted for that. We shouldn't, because that's the way we roll. Not everything that comes down the pike from the great USA is what we should embrace. You must understand that. There are lots of components of the American lifestyle and culture that we should emulate, but there's a whole lot more that we should reject. A whole lot more. Why? Because we are Black people. Because we have a culture. Now, everything I'm saying to you now, to an American, if you are American and you are hearing this, oh my goodness, I might as well be the Antichrist. If you're an American and you hear what I'm saying now, oh my goodness, you throw me under the bus. Any American listening to this now is looking at me like, "Simon, you devil, you. Simon, you demon, you. Simon, you despot, you. Simon, you vagabond, you. Simon, you bottom." Well, hey, listen, you may not like it, but that's just our culture. When you come to Zambia, that's how we roll. You dig. You dig. Notwithstanding, we have a lot of gay people in Zambia. The gay community in Zambia is huge and it's growing, it's massive, it's malignant. This is the reason, brothers and sisters. I mean, I had a gay young man the other day here. His name is a very nice guy, very nice, Denzel. Denzel is gay by his own admission. He says it himself. I'm not outing him, in case some of you sit there and say, "Oh, well, how can you out?" I didn't out him. He's on many occasions on his page, on his Facebook, he's openly talked about his gay lifestyle. Okay. There are people like him. Now, here's the thing. The reason that Chief Justice Malila confused the public is, on one hand, he said, and here it is, I'll throw it up again. He said, "It is absolutely wrong to discriminate against gay people because they are human beings," which is true. They are human beings. And then on the other side, he says, "If you're gay, the law will deal with you." Now, what was he saying and what did he mean? It's very simple. He was simply saying, look, they don't need to be killed because they're gay. You can't kill someone because you think they're gay or because they are gay. You can't do that. You can't beat someone up simply because they're gay or you think you think they are gay. You can't do that. That's against their human rights. They have a right to live. They may not have a right to practice their lifestyle in this dispensation, in this country, in the circumference of the Zambian law. They may not have the right to practice their lifestyle. They may not have the right to have an alternative lifestyle, but they certainly have a right to life. That's what Justice Malila was saying. Justice Malila was not saying, "Kaufera, just become gay." No, he was saying they have the right to life and to live, but they do not have the right to practice their lifestyle. I know that sounds confusing, but that's what it is. That's about the size of it. Okay, that's the gist, and that's what he was saying. Tell me what you think. I know it's controversial. I know it is. I know it's a mess, but hey, that's just how we roll in this country. All righty. I'm homophobic against gay people, and I don't owe no one an explanation. Hear, hear. You're right. Oh, Lord, this is a long one. The big problem that we have in Zambia and Africa at large is that we depend on the Western world for survival. He who feeds you can easily control you. If you are to stand up against the Western world, we must first learn to survive without their aid. Very important point. As it was in the days of Lot, so shall it be of the coming of the Son of Man. Somebody quoting scripture. Charlize Theron, yes, Theron. Charlize Theron. Some people say Theron, but it's Theron. She, for those of you that have just now joined us, I was talking about Charlize Theron. You know, the white South African lady who is now a very big Hollywood actress there in Hollywood. She has a very famous story. Her child, I forget how old the child was, but it was a child, okay? Less than 15 years old, okay? You know, her child just walks up there and says, "Mom, I don't think I'm a girl. I think I'm a guy." And then Charlize Theron says, "Really, honey? Is that what you think?" "Yeah, Mom, I think I'm a guy." And then Charlize Theron says, "Okay, honey, let's go with that." I think I'm a chakuti. Kuti namubombirapo. Mwati kuti namsambwino. I'll knock the black off of that child. I'm telling you, I'd hit that child so hard, it would rattle his kin. I'm telling you right now. Or tell you what, I'll smack the black off of that child. You see, but that's the culture they live in. Not over here, honey. Over here, it's a different ball game. Don't try that mess with a Zambian parent. Ukafwa. Wakakusanga na ulimunshi mwantwani. All righty, let's read two more, and that's it. For a prophetess to a diva, from a prophetess to a diva, is that a promotion or demotion? That's a good one. For those of you that have just now joined us, I was earlier talking about Lady Naisi. Lady Naisi is part of the cast of this season 2 of that very controversial television show called Royal Click, I think. Bombshell, the voice Bombshell is in there. I call her the voice because she has such a beautiful velvety voice. And there's Ivanka Bianca's in there, Mercy's in there, a few other people are in there. And one of the most recent additions was Lady Naisi. She's part of it. And for some, and I was saying earlier, for some reason, to me, it seems like she just fit in perfectly with that group. And I know it sounds like a low-key diss, but that's just the truth. With all the glitter and the gold and the makeup and the eyelashes, and you know, she just fits in perfectly. You know, she's a diva, boy. She's a diva. I tell you what. Guys, thank you. I got to go. I got stuff to do. Bye.